Hey there, welcome to another QuickSave review with me, RC. Today we are venturing into the world of Iron Meat. Yeah, that's what this one's called. But don't let the name fool you. As strange of a name as it is, this is an excellent game. Now, normally on this show, QuickSave review is usually where I play part of the game. And then I give you like a preview of sorts. I give you my thoughts on the game while I'm partway through it. But with Iron Meat, I was having so much fun with it. This is one of the few that I've actually finished right off the bat. Like, the whole thing is done. This game, just so you know, takes about an hour and a half to finish. I have only died on one of the levels. I was able to, on normal, to play it all the way through without much issue. The final level was the one that I had a hard time with the boss. But this game is basically a easier yet more disgusting Contra game. So we're going to jump right in here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We are going to start at the very beginning of the game because I don't really want to spoil this game for you guys out there because I think this is going to be one you're going to like right off the bat, you know? We'll stick with normal. I play through the game on normal, just so you know. But you do have easy modes if normal is too hard. You do have the option of throwing easy on there, and if you find it too easy, there is a hard mode, which I haven't tried yet. Anyway, here's the beginning of the game. You see that this guy working on his computer gets attacked by this weird meat thing that they're working on, I guess. I don't know what's up with the meat thing. I couldn't tell you. But this is what happens. So this game kind of has this weird, like, body horror thing going on. Yeah, like just people being eaten by this weird meat thing. And as you see here are like the meat zombie dudes that come after you, the big hand. It gets pretty disgusting at times, even for a 2D pixel game. It gets pretty gross. Quite an introduction here, though. Dude with the laser eyes. You can see just how powerful this guy is. Look, he's just like letting all the disgusting minions through this portal onto Earth. Man, it ain't good. Alright, so here you go. He plays this guy here. We are in Contraland, as you can tell. So let's get ourselves a new weapon, which is basically same old weapon, just bigger bullets here. So yeah, here we are. Contra, right? Except it's more kind of horror-based. Oh, all right, look at that. I already died. Not even paying attention. Contra's never been a great genre to, like, talk, you know, while you're playing. There's just too much going on. Anyways, this game's great. I fully recommend it. For me personally, I've always liked Contra. In my life, though, I've always found Contra to be somewhat difficult. Right? It's a challenging series. And I find Iron Meat to be more laid back and fun. Which is crazy because you would think this would have like a... Oh, I should not have went after that. It's just strange because you would think that this game would have like a much harder, you know, difficulty associated with it, considering the art style with it, the body and cosmic horror stuff going on, you know? Jeez, I'm just not doing good. I'm like walking into every death here. But that's what's great about normal. They give you like 15 or 16 lives to start out with. So you don't feel so bad losing a couple on stupid things. But yeah, you know, this genre, you know, I associate Contra, Metal Slug, that kind of thing. And both of those series are pretty difficult. And this, like, kind of is a breath of fresh air because it's like, oh, this is a run and gun that I can actually finish in one sitting, you know, without having to memorize every little piece of the level and everything, right? So I think for some people that might be a turnoff. I think some people like the balls hard style of those games, which, you know, cool. I'm glad you do. For me personally, like, I kind of would rather get through the game and just have a good old time, you know? And that's what happened here. And you do have that option if you want it to be a more difficult game to throw on hard mode. As you can see, we're starting to get, like, better weapons to use here. There is a good crop of weapons throughout the game. Also want to point out that for those of you who are fans of metal, this soundtrack is wrought with metal industrial style, probably more on the metal side, I would say, music, and it's pretty good. Like, if you're just looking for some good old like 80s style, you know, metal, along with like an 80s style, feeling aesthetic, you know, with your game and everything, that's definitely what you're getting here. Yeah, though I guess, you know, I shouldn't say that. The metal's totally not, it's not 80s metal. Though maybe, yeah, I guess you could consider it that. I don't know. It feels almost too produced, right? To feel too 80s. It's like a newer metal band doing 80s style. Either way, genre talk aside, it's pretty good. Every level seems to have like its own music as well. You're not, you know, gonna get a lot of repeat songs from what I remember anyway. I'm not sure that I fully paid attention to that, but I feel like every level had its own music, which is pretty cool. Anyways, it's great. It's good. Gameplay's fun, music's good. Overall, Iron Meat, it's a good package. I definitely recommend checking this one out if you are a fan of pixel games, you know, Contra series, Metal Slug, or if you just want to, you know, play one of these games and not be overly challenged by it. Now, that's not to say there aren't, like, inventive and fun, like, boss battles and stuff. And there are definitely, like, a couple sections that I found, like, pretty difficult. Like, I died quite a bit. There are definitely a couple levels where I kind of squeaked by at the boss battle. When I got to the boss battle, you know, I had, like, 3 lives left. There were definitely, I remember 2 bosses at least that I got down to my last life and was able to kind of squeak it out at the last minute. And it felt really good to do that too, because you know, you had those situations where, you know, it's so satisfying just to like kind of pull it out in the end. For those of you keeping score as well as platform, we are playing this on Steam. Game runs great on Steam, so I recommend if you want to play this on PC, it's definitely a great place to play it. As of right now, the game doesn't have a windowed mode. The developers are still working on adding a few bells and whistles to the game, like a windowed mode. And there's a few other things they're working on too. I believe in the forums, they've even mentioned that they're going to be working on DLC already. So there's more to come for Iron Meat. And maybe a possible sequel in the future, Gold Meat, Platinum Meat, whatever other precious metals you can think of. There we go, we took that one out. But yeah, it's interesting though. We had a new Contra game come out earlier this year, which I liked. I had a good time with it. But I've had more fun with this game in the short time that I played with it than I did with that one. And not that that one was bad, but it's kind of a difficulty thing, right? When the games are that much harder, and I'm kind of like, man, I just want to kind of zoom through and enjoy like some boss battles and some fun without feel like I'm getting my ass handed to me constantly. We don't want that. I feel like this was a good alternative, and I do have that option to try hard if I want. All right, here we go. Here's the first boss of the game. Within the forest, you get a big nasty iron meat tank thing. Oh. So again, you know, just like old school, you know, Contra or any. Oh, jeez, I forgot to get down. I haven't played this level in a while. It's always interesting when you play through a game and you go through like the 10 levels or whatever that are available, and then you realize like, oh, I completely forgot the boss battle for the first level, right? Forgot about all the patterns. And the patterns of this game are very recognizable. They're not tough. Once you finish it the one time. By the way, these orange bubbles are going to be the bane of your existence through this game. These stupid things pop up all the time and are super annoying. You rock. I like that you can destroy all those lights while you're when you finish a level too. But yeah, none of the boss battle patterns or anything are hard to recognize. You're gonna click right in, I think, if you're a fan of this genre. You do actually earn ranks, and these ranks help you unlock new skins, which I'll show you here in just a minute. We're going to jump to the main menu. So these skins that you can unlock, unlockables here, these are unlocked through playing of the game. Look, this is like a dinosaur or something you can get, which I have no idea how you get that. But this is the replay value you get. You can work towards getting all the skins, which is kind of cool. But you can see I've unlocked some funny ones. I want to get this werewolf guy or the dinosaur. There's a cyclops you get, which is pretty fun. There's the soldier at the beginning of the game that you see. I guess her name's Sasha. You can play as hers. So yeah, you can play as any of these characters. A Banana Man. I did not see that guy yet. There's a cowboy. Let's see. We got a cosmonaut. Looks pretty interesting. So at any point, you know, if you jump in here... By the way, you can play couch co-op as well. So if you want to play this with a friend, you have that option. But yeah, you go basically right here, and you can pick what skin you want to use. But you can also switch the skin up. So like if you want a different helmet with a current skin, like the cowboy head with this body, or the cyclops head, and then you want to change the legs, you could do all that stuff, which is pretty fun. Let's go with the cyclops guy, and we will play just a piece of another level just to give you an idea of, like, because every level is a bit different. They did a really good job in creating different assets per level, which is awesome. I always love when they do that in games, right? As you can tell, they put a lot of TLC into it. So you can see here we got the train level. You know, it might be one of those situations too where, like, you have different skins that you could select, and they might actually help you in the game. Because sometimes with the main character, like, you may feel like you blend in a bit too much with the background or what's going on. So maybe like having a skin that's like a bit more... look at this guy right behind me. Having a skin that stands out a bit more might help you avoid things a bit easier, you know. But yeah, this is a great level. As you can see, completely new assets. You're on a train with all the weird meat creatures again. But you can see, like, they do completely vary up the enemies as well. There's a great variety of enemies in the game. You're always going to get sort of the fodder enemies. They're always around. The annoying, you know, zombie-style enemies that come after you. Take this thing out. But that's what I was most impressed with. The game that's only like an hour and a half long, they do a great job of making sure that they layer in all kinds of different enemies for you to fight. I was pretty impressed with that. The only thing that might have been a letdown is that through the game there are no levels where you get to ride on one of those bikes. You show up on the bike and it explodes, but you never actually get like a level where you yourself get to ride the bike or anything. And I always like those levels where you get to, like, you get one or two levels where they completely change up the gameplay, and you know you get to ride a vehicle or something. So unfortunately, there's none of that in here. This is all 100% run and gun. You know. See how cool would it be to have like one of these weird flying car things, right? Oh, come on, man. All right, there you go. So that is a good look at the game itself. When I pop out to main menu here, though, I do want you to watch this great cinematic that they put into the game. I'm sure you could see this on Steam as well. I'm sure it's in the trailer or in the Steam videos that are available. But they obviously, like I said, they put a lot of TLC into this game. Lots of great music. They put a great animation at the beginning. They're definitely going for that 80s vibe. So there's a bit more of that industrial feel there. That's where like some of the metal feels 80s and some of it does not. And these things that they're fighting in the video, you fight those in the game, which is what I think is great. Like that train thing that you saw, you do end up fighting that. But yeah, guys, there you go. That's Iron Meat. This is available now. Great game. I definitely recommend this one. And hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.